Hello everyone, Sableye here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be featuring Cameron Smith's team that managed to get 128th at the European International Championships this past weekend. And of course, this is a really cool team. You got the Ceruledge, you've got that Terra Fairy Tyranitar, which is actually something that we really haven't seen a lot of, but I think it's a really cool concept. And honestly, just the rest of the team is really cool as well. You got the Trick Room on the Fluttermane, just a lot of options to really kind of outplay your opponent here, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out. So first of all, thank you to Cameron for sharing. Second of all, I say we jump straight into things. And we are here for our first battle. Looks like we're gonna get that standard Palafin Baxcalibur balance team here, or at least looks standard on paper. We'll have to see if it actually plays that way when the match begins. But this is gonna be interesting, just trying to break the standard, you know. And I think we can definitely do so if we cannot get hazed by Palafin, because realistically speaking, Ceruledge walls out the Arcanine. Ceruledge does a very good job versus the Amoonguss. Ceruledge does a pretty decent job versus the Tinglu as well if we're not getting fissured. So overall, I'm pretty content with the Ceruledge. I'm more concerned about trying to maneuver in front of this Fluttermane and this Palafin. Those are the pieces that I'm really looking to try and take down. And I don't necessarily know how I maneuver into that, because I guess Amoonguss is a pretty decent lead. Like, leading like Amoonguss Ceruledge goes pretty strong. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I definitely want to have hands in the back. Just the ability to potentially threaten a one-shot on the Palafin seems really good to me. I could also opt for Corv, but something tells me I'm gonna want my booster Flutter. Like, just something tells me I want this piece to be able to shred something, because without this piece I don't think I really pressure too many things as much as I would want to. So I'm actually gonna bring the double ghost here. Corv and Tita are gonna hit the bench. I don't know if that's advised per se, but I think it's the way we're gonna rock this, and it should be okay. Keyword is should be. We'll see how things play out. But of course, guys, just before we jump into this battle, question of the day: what is one Pokemon you enjoy trying to make work competitively whenever you can? For me, I think it's probably Raichu. I don't know, I just love that little electric rodent. Just love trying to make it work whenever I can. You know, I cut a regional way back when in 2019. I love how that's like 4 years ago now. That's crazy. But like, cut a regional with it, and now every time I get a chance to potentially try and make Raichu work, I do. Haven't found a way to do it this in this format yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So I definitely want to know what Pokemon you guys try to kind of force into format, so to speak. But there's that Palafin and that Flutter. So not really exactly what I'm loving here. I think I'm just going to redirect, though. I don't really want to risk taking massive damage. And I think I'm just going to bulk up. I don't think they're going to stay on the field. So I'm going to get this opportunity to click bulk up. I think an Arcanine might want to switch in. Oh, they're actually going to switch out the Fluttermane. And they're going to leave the Palafin on the field. Or they're going to try for a double switch. Both of which I'm fine with. Seeing Amoonguss switch in, they were looking to eat the Spore. Is this going to be Haze? Is this just going to be a Wave Crash? What are they going for here? Just an immediate Wave Crash. They're really looking to get some damage up here. It's Goggles! What? What? Well, that's a new one. Well, that's a new one. Alright. Alright. Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna protect the Ceruledge here. If we can somehow force them off the field with this Dolphin, we have a shot to not die. But I don't know where we're gonna come out with this position. This doesn't look good, because they can always just consistently Jet Punch into us. Like, if I would have Terra Grass, it would have gone crazy had I clicked Terra Grass right there. I just really didn't think they were gonna stay on the field and Wave Crash. Goggles Dolphin is really cool though. Honestly, I respect it. That's a cool tech. So they're going to probably Jet Punch. I think they kind of have to. I'm going to reset the Ceruledge. I'm going to go into the hands. And I think I'm just going to Pollen Puff myself and get my hands in. I think I can still win this, especially with Terra Grass hands. Maybe maneuver some things back into my favor. There's still opportunities to win this game. I'm not like, oh my goodness, we just lose to like Goggles Palafin, but that's really cool to see, honestly. Yeah, there's a Jet Punch. We tanked that pretty well. No, nothing to do there. We're just getting pro played, guys. We're getting pro played by Goggles Palafin. It was a very easy play for them too, because if I want to switch out, right, it's a pretty safe pin. So I respect it. I am gonna Spore the Palafin now though, because now with myself being asleep, they're going to try to take this opportunity to set it off. Now, this might be going into an Arcanine with... well, it can't be going into Goggles Arcanine, so I think a pretty safe play right there and just burn a turn. I am Swords Dance as well. If they try to go back into their Flutter Mane, I can catch. Yeah, that's going out, so I don't think they have anything that can tank this. Because I don't... Unless they're Lumberry on something, but... It's going to be Arcanine. It's not Goggles because the Palafin was Goggles. So... It should be taking a nap here pretty safely for us. Yeah, they can go ahead and Pollen Puff. That doesn't concern me. Seeing that they're the faster Amoonguss is one thing. Out comes the Spore into this Arcanine. Gonna do some good damage into this. Okay, we're in a spot. We're in a spot, and the question becomes, can we maneuver our Ceruledge back in to get a Pollen Puff right here? Because I am tempted to do that. The only question is, are they going to Clear Smog or Pollen Puff my Iron Hands? I would say that's highly unlikely. If we lose the game on this, it's whatever, but I think I need to force this onto the field here. Because if I can get to this position and get Grass Terra up onto this, we're actually in a pretty decent spot. Especially if we can somehow get the damage up. So it really comes down to what their Amoonguss wants to do here. Arcanine, of course, going to remain with that turn asleep. They're going to Pollen Puff into the Amoonguss. Beautiful. That's exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. Pollen Puff's going to come out. And now we've got our Ceruledge with a little bit more health right here. This is what you like to see. Okay. I'm just going to protect on the off chance that they decide to wake up here. And I'm going to go my Terra Grass. And I'm going to drop a Bitter Blade because this should start healing me up pretty well. Good play. Palafin coming in. I would imagine it's the Palafin coming in. But once again, Terra Grass is really nice for me. Palafin Hero can make its appearance. I'm not too concerned about it. Well, I say that as if like it's not just gonna decimate my entire team, but it's probably gonna be capable of decimating my entire team. But we're gonna pretend that's not the case anymore because I can't redirect it anymore. If I could just redirect it, it was not a problem. Goggles Palafin, guys. I'm actually really wanting to try this out now. Amoonguss is gonna click Protect here. That's fine. Arcanine is going to remain asleep, so a bit of a wasted Protect there. I could have healed myself up a little bit more or done something entirely different, but Bitter Blade's coming on out. Little bit of chip damage, respectable health recovery as well, and now we're resisting the Palafin as well. So I'm going to switch on out. I'm going to go into Iron Hands here, I think. And I don't really think I have an opportunity to bulk up here. So I am just going to straight up Bitter Blade into this Dolphin. Right, now that I'm a Grass type, they might be a little bit more scared to do anything right now. We're in a pretty good spot. I would like to try and bulk up to kind of try to force hazes, but I don't think I'm in a position where I can say, yeah, this is going to work out here. I should probably start worrying about the Arcanine so that I can take it down and not have to worry about my Amoonguss dying in one shot as well. But for right now, I'm a little more concerned about this Palafin trying to put it down into range of something like a Moonblast from this booster Flutter Mane in the back. But we shall see. Yeah, I was not... Honestly, if they weren't Goggles, I think we win this game on turn 1. But... Then again, if they weren't Goggles, they would have done something different. So... They're going to Terra. Are they going to just, like, Terra Water, commit to Wave Crash, and try to kill me? I feel like that's a really good play if they get it off. Like, if this actually does take me down, I think we just straight up lose. Thankfully, their Arcanine is fast asleep. Maybe Shadow Sneak would have been the better play here. Or even a Protect, but we'll see. Oh, they hit. Looks like they hit the Iron Hand. So they're going to hit the hands on switch, and we're going to survive with the hands. Bitter Blade might just be enough to take this thing down. And if that's the case, I think we're okay. I don't know how we're actually potentially in a spot where we've been maneuvering this game. But yeah, okay, that's fine. We're kind of forcing them into Jet Punch here. And forcing them into Jet Punch is not a threat. I think I am going to click Bulk Up. And I'll just let them hit the hands. I don't care so much about it at this point. I'm going to try and bulk up because I want to pressure their Flutter Mane with a Shadow Sneak. I really want to pressure that Flutter with the Shadow Sneak. So they're going to smartly reserve the Arcanine, probably saving it as a Spore switch-in for a future turn. And that makes perfect sense. Now this is the piece I want to... This is the piece I'm trying to force down. They're actually going to Protect over here. So this is a very gorgeous turn. Very nice turn. We're going to get a nice little bulk up right now. The question becomes, who do I Shadow Sneak? And I think I Shadow Sneak the Flutter Mane. Hands is going to wake up too as well, which is really nice. If I would have like Wild Charged the other slot, that would have been really good. Hands waking up though kind of forces them to hit the hands. So I'm going to Shadow Sneak the Flutter. And I'm going to just Drain Punch into here. I don't see a reason to not do this. If they double Ceruledge, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's whatever. If they double Ceruledge, it's whatever because I'm getting the Palafin down. And I'm taking massive damage into Flutter Mane as well. So they're going to Jet Punch. Like I said, I pretty much forced them into doing that right here. Jet Punch is not going to actually take down the hands. Shadow Sneak from Ceruledge. If this is enough to get the kill with this GG, it is going to be enough. We are going to take down that Flutter Mane. And Ceruledge kind of went crazy here. Honestly, despite that turn 1 with the safety goggles, that one turn I think we got that Ceruledge on the field and healed it back up with that Pollen Puff. Really turned this one back into our favor. So now we've got a very good end game here. They've got Arcanine and we haven't seen the last one, but I would imagine it's Arcanine Amoonguss. Yeah, we've seen it. It's Arcanine Amoonguss. We have a +1 Ceruledge that really doesn't get hit by the Arcanine. So we just bully down Amoonguss with a Bitter Blade and this game is over. This game is over. So we got pranked turn 1, but at the end of the day, it seemed to work out okay. Seemed to work out okay for us. Arcanine obviously guaranteed to wake up this turn, so it's not like, oh my goodness, it's still asleep. There's a chance, but it's whatever. Yeah, I just let hands go down at this point. If I get the chance to Wild Charge, I do. I attempt the Bitter Blade into you. They might try to do something here. Yeah, they're not going to. I was gonna say they could try to like protect the Amoonguss and then maybe like E-Speed, like double E-Speed crit my Ceruledge. That's a long shot. I don't think that actually works for them there, but it was probably their only hope if they had something along those lines in that scenario there. But honestly, just the fact that Iron Hands got that nice wake up, got the fact that because if Iron Hands doesn't wake up, they don't necessarily have to target it, right? If I force them to target that Iron Hands, like, you know, if they're not forced to target it, they don't necessarily need to be targeting it. But we'll jump into game 2 for you guys here. We're gonna get Rattlepaster here. That is a Clodsire. That is a Clodsire. Okay. That is a Clodsire. I'm supposed to be the one with the cool team. How do I break Clodsire? I don't think I break Clodsire. I don't have... maybe I do. I don't know. Do I? Do you? I don't know. I think T-Tar goes crazy here. Outside of something like that Iron Hands. But honestly, beside Flutter Mane, like an Amoonguss, I think that's pretty solid. I'm actually going to go T-Tar Amoonguss with Flutter Mane, and I think I still bring Ceruledge. Like, Corviknight isn't amazing. Having to switch into the Ceruledge Heat Wave is really, really nice as well. Is Iron Hands worth it? It could be needed for the Gyarados, but I think between these ones, I think I should be okay to deal with Gyarados. It's not a foolproof Gyarados matchup. Like, Iron Hands would be really, really nice here, but I think they're going to go... Like, I'd be surprised if we didn't see something just like Flutter TU, Iron Hands, and like the Wo-Chen to slow down my physical attackers here. Those are the 4 I'm expecting. I could see Gyarados maybe make an appearance if they're not too scared of Iron Hands. Like, if they have a way to deal with the Iron Hands, I could see them going for something like that. They also might just try to force in Clodsire. So, we'll see. But honestly, I'd like to see if we can see like a TU Flutter Mane lead. This is really, really good for T-Tar because T-Tar sits in front of that, right? And that's one of the things, like, I was testing T-Tar early format and it felt really, really good because I could sit in front of things and just sit there, right? This is actually a pretty good spot for us. I'm not going to complain about this ever. TU does not want to be here right now. It's just a free turn for me to spam Rock Slide, really. Like, I don't see a reason to not just spam Rock Slide here. I don't really want to throw away Amoonguss, but I don't really have a switch in. I guess they're not going to... The chances of them Dark Pulsing Amoonguss here, I think, are very low. So I'm actually going to hard switch in Ceruledge. It's a bit of a risk, but maybe there's a chance they just decide to stay in and say, I'm going to toast this Amoonguss right now. But I think it's more likely that if they do stay on the field, they're probably either going to protect and try to get some sort of yawn off or something along those lines, but we shall see. There's going to be a Terra here. It's going to be that TU. What's it going to be? Ghost, Grass, Water. Terra Blast into my T-Tar? I could see that. I could definitely see Terra Blast into T-Tar here. That would be really annoying. Okay. I respect it. I respect it. I do wonder if it is safety goggles now based on that. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Okay. You can miss the Clodsire. I was doing like 2 points of damage to the Clodsire anyways. That doesn't matter. And they're going to toxic. They're looking for the toxic stall, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. That is something. That is definitely something. And they're not safety goggles, which is really interesting to see. So, generally speaking, on something with like Nasty Plot, you'd see those safety goggles. I guess it could be Sash. I am just gonna Rock Slide, and I'm gonna Protect over here. Yeah, I mean, once again, with the Nasty Plot, I'm assuming they have Protect, Dark Move, and Fire Move. So chances are they're not gonna be able to Terra Blast my T-Tar, meaning they can't touch it despite the fact that they're at +2. So I'm okay with this right now. And if they decide to stay on the field, I'll probably just get, like, if they're gonna Protect here, that's fine. Next turn, what I'll do is I'll just try to get the Shadow Sneak damage for some damage. And say, you know what, well, I'm going to throw away my, yeah. So it'll be a throwaway of my Ceruledge next turn. Basically saying, you know what, I'll sack my Ceruledge to get your TU. Could have gone for like a bulk up here and maybe not had to risk that play, but... Is Clodsire going to Toxic? What's Clodsire going to go for now? Either way, it might not move if we get the flinch. That could be cool. No, they're going to Stomping Tantrum me. Okay. Not enough. Good damage, though, honestly. Surprisingly good damage. TU, Chip by Sand. I would Terra Grass here, but I don't think that actually allows me to survive realistically anything. I don't think that allows me to survive anything here. So we're gonna double the Chi-Yu slot with a Shadow Sneak and a Crunch. Basically, if Shadow Sneak doesn't kill, it is what it is. I want to make sure Chi-Yu is gone off the field at this turn. And if it is off the field after this turn, it's either dead or it's lost its +2. So Shadow Sneak's going to go on out into TU. It is going to be shy, which is what I was expecting it to be. There is a Dark Pulse right now. No real issues there. So I'm going to lose T-Tar. I'm going to lose both just to take a TU. Now, is that worth it? I don't know. Maybe I could have crunched the Clodsire and then just Dazzling Gleam the TU. But like, I think losing to Clodsire is going to be what happens here, guys. Just literally couldn't hit it. If I would have bulked up the turn they protected, I think I potentially win the game. Obviously, they start toxicing me, right? So it just didn't feel quite right to do that, but we'll see. I just don't know if I have what it takes to win this one. Obviously, I can heal myself up, which is really, really nice. But that's going to be their Flutter Mane versus my Flutter Mane now. I still have my Terra. They do not have theirs, which is something to consider. So I think I Terra Fairy out of their damage. Their booster, what are they? Their booster, what? Speed, special attack? Special attack. Checks out beside Flutter Mane. Besides TU, sorry. And they are also faster than me, which is good to see. So, once again, I think I'm going to just Terra out of their damage output. And I'm going to put the Clodsire to sleep to buy myself some turns. Oh, I'm Terra Water. Huh. Would have been good to know. Maybe I should pay attention. I still think I Terra Water. Once again, I'm here to try and survive the Shadow Ball. It makes the most sense to me because I know I one-shot with them. So, it's kind of the way I do this, right? And they're going to try and hit me down. I'm not going to let it happen. And I'm going to hopefully kill them here in exchange. They might try to protect the Flutter Mane and, like, drop a Toxic. But if I can buy myself enough turns, there's a chance to win this game still. Because Flutter Mane goes crazy. I don't know the damage output from Clodsire. They're going to substitute. That is not good. So, we're both here trying to buy ourselves turns. They did that a little bit better with the substitute. Of course, I am going to break it, though, immediately. Spore. Safety Goggles. Alright, that's GG. They are going to Toxic here. Safety Goggles Clodsire is a new one. Yeah. Just yeah. Yeah, really, just yeah. Okay, so I think they might try to protect their Flutter Mane here, knowing that like I could double into like Shadow Ball Spore things, and it also buys them a turn of sleep. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually just gonna double into the Clodsire. Not sure how much damage we're really gonna get out of this, but if we do get the protecting Flutter Mane, there is a potential chance for us to do something here. It's just I don't really want to forfeit when there's still that one chance, you know? We still got this shot here. Okay. Okay. Maybe I could have redirected. No, I guess I could have pollen puffed myself, but Shadow Ball is coming on out. How much we doing? Not enough is the answer. Not enough. And they're gonna tantrum. It's gonna hurt. But Fluttermane will tank it. That's fine. Sand is gonna disappear. So that's the only thing. Nothing really adding up on me from that regard. I'm gonna pollen puff myself again. And they're gonna probably set a sub. I can't really do anything if they set a sub up here. So actually I can't even pollen puff myself. So they might just try to finish off my Fluttermane, knowing that I haven't Rage Powdered yet. So I'm gonna try and get greedy. If they call me out on this, I lose. But I think I lose anyways. So, because they have no reason not to click sub. But here we are, okay? It's a position. We are in a position. I don't know if it's a good position or not. Oh, Clodsire has recovery. This game is over. I was kind of hoping it didn't have recovery. Because, like, if it didn't have recovery there, I would have been actually in an interesting spot. Where I would have just been able to kind of bully it. But I'm going to Pollen Puff here. And I'm going to kill off you now. I don't think I can win this. Yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle, guys. Can we win this is the question. That's AV. Cool. We heal ourselves up. I think we just lose to Toxic Stall before anything else. Like, I don't think I can heal myself up for long enough to a point where we can actually do anything here. Because Iron Hands has Fake Out as well now too, right? So, like, I'm just taking too much damage from this poison that I can't do anything. Like, I'm going to try and heal myself up. I'm going to try and Moonblast. But I think I just take too much damage. Yeah, there's the Fake Out. Actually, they're going to Fake Out Amoonguss, also checks out. They're hit by Rocky Helmet. We will kill off the hands, but the fact of the matter is they took away my recovery. And taking away my recovery means I can no longer break through this Clodsire and this endgame. There goes the Tantrum. Down goes the Fluttermane. I mean, I live on 2, but it's that Toxic that's really starting to add up right now. I never thought, guys, I'd say I'd lost to Toxic Stall Clodsire, but here we are. We will give you guys one more. I will forfeit this turn just so we can save some time, get another game going on here. But I think just letting that TU take me down. But the thing is, I don't know how I break Clodsire. Like, it has Recover. Maybe if I... Okay, so maybe if I start doubling Clodsire, I would have had a shot. But I don't know. Like, I couldn't even put it to sleep. Like, I was banking on being able to put it to sleep by myself some turns. But I couldn't even do that because of safety goggles. So maybe Goggles Water Absorbed Clodsire. Is that how you break... Does that beat balance? Does that beat the standard balance core? Either way, we're going to jump into game 3 for you guys. So we're going to get Megan here. 68th on the ladder. So this is very highly rated opponent here. And we're going to see if we can do anything right now. Klefki Sandy Shocks. We've seen some wild teams today, you know? Like, we saw Clodsire last match. We're now seeing Sandy Shocks Klefki. So some really fun teams that we've seen. How do I want to do this? Because there's, like... There's double fairy. I don't know if I really want to try and force hands into this. Ceruledge probably loses the bulk up battle in front of Annihilape, but I think I need to try and lean into it a little bit. Like, if I can lean Ceruledge and Amoonguss, there's a chance here that this kind of works. I do have to worry about the haze from the Murkrow, so I'm going to bring in Fluttermane as well. And I don't love hands. I'm actually going to go T-Tar, I think. I think it does a decent job. So we're going to bench Corviknight all 3 games, but... I'm not concerned about it, I don't think. Like, it doesn't do anything here. It loses to Sandy Shocks. Doesn't... Yeah, no, Corviknight, I can't justify it here. Maybe it should be over T-Tar, because T-Tar really doesn't do all that much either. Right? Maybe I'm like, pushing T-Tar and forcing T-Tar into games that shouldn't come, but, like, I don't know. It's weird. But a lot of Amoonguss hate today. I wonder what their Amoonguss hate's going to be. Because like we've lost to Safety Goggles Palafin. We beat Safety Goggles Palafin. Then we lost to Safety Goggles Clodsire. So if you skipped right to this game, guys, there was a Clodsire in game 2. So you might want to go back and watch game 2. But this is what, Klefki. Okay, I'm going to Terra. I'm going to click Bulk Up. And I'm gonna click Spore. I don't... It's gonna Misty Terrain. Is it gonna Misty Terrain? I could see it Misty Terraining. Not that I would really have anything I want to do instead of that. So I'm just gonna Spore the Sandy Shocks. Like, if they Misty Terrain, good job. You know what I mean? Like, it's good on them if they Misty Terrain here at this point. Like, I'm not gonna predict Misty Terrain because there's nothing else to really do. Like, the position right now is pretty good. I sit in front of the Ceruledge right now with the... There it is, Misty Terrain. I should have called it. There it is. Should have called that. Probably could have, but like, there's not much I really could have done here. It's just gonna be an Earth Power into the Grass Ceruledge, so I'm not really too concerned about it. Now we're gonna get a bulk up off. I heal all that up anyways by clicking Bitter Blade into the Klefki. I'm also gonna get the +2, just so I'm doing more than what a... Basically, I'm not... Basically, after Reflect, I don't want to be doing regular damage. I want to be doing boosted damage, so I want to get through that a little bit more. I'm going to Pollen Puff to break a potential Sash on this Sandy Shocks. Or a Sash on whatever may potentially switch in right here, so... Looks pretty good. Ooh, that's not good. This is no longer good. Hitting the Sandy Shocks was a mistake here. There's the Reflect from that Klefki. This is not good now because of the fact that we've just given them the Ape an ability to get a boosted Rage Fist off. And that's not what you want it to do, right? You never want to be in a position where you're giving this ape free extra damage, right? Because, like, if it's got a 50 base power move, it doesn't really scare anybody. But just an immediate jump from 50 to 100 goes absolutely insane. So, gonna be difficult to get out of this one. We're gonna Bitter Blade over here into the Klefki. That was just a really good play on their end. And nothing I can really go for right now. I think I'm going to Pollen Puff the Klefki as well. I'm just going to start bullying that slot. No real reason not to. It's going to Terra. I would imagine they want to Terra the Ape, knowing I have a Fluttermane in the back. There it is. Fire. It is going to be the good old-fashioned Fire. We do have Rock Slide for it, which is something to consider, but we're probably going to be slower than it with our T-Tar anyways. So, and there's a Light Screen that was expected to go up. No real surprise there. There's a bulk up to try to match my bulk ups. I respect that entirely. The problem is right now that I can't put it to sleep is the problem. Bitter Blade's going to do some damage, going to heal me all the way back up to full. Actually, just one-shot the Klefki. Can I please stop boosting this Annihilape accidentally? I was expecting Klefki to live that. I will be honest. I was really expecting Klefki to live that. Because otherwise I wouldn't have boosted the ape and I would have switched out. But instead, I'm just going to give another boost to this ape. Mistakes have been made. Long story short, mistakes have been made. So they got a base 150 power move right now. They're going to bring in back Excalibur, the reliable partner right here, to try and take down my Amoonguss. I'm going to just... Mistakes have been made, but this is still going to hurt the back Excalibur, and I'm going to bring in T-Tar. We shall see. I don't love this position, but if I can get to a spot in an endgame where I can redirect the ape that's beside my Fluttermane, like I can just kind of redirect, take 2 turns, and get 2 Shadow Balls off, we're in a really good spot. Icicle Spear to self-proc the Annihilape. You have seen it here first, ladies and gentlemen. That's a really cool tech. I like that. I respect that. I respect that. If I lose to this, you know, really good play. Please hit my T-Tar for no reason. That is not my T-Tar. They do crit. I would have liked to see that play out without them potentially critting me there. Like, I would have been intrigued to see how that plays out. But honestly, that's just a gamer play. Honestly, like, yeah, no, that's just a gamer play. Like, seriously. Is there any world in which I potentially pull this back right now? And I guess that's me just launching Rock Slides and redirecting. So we're going to redirect and launch Rock Slides. But that's just a gamer play. I thought it was safe to get a few more turns to stall out some of this terrain. But that's just a really cool play. And I Rock Slide. This is how I have to win this game now. It's just not going to happen though. It's such a cool team, honestly. Breaking Swipe, Icicle Spear, back Excalibur. This is heat. So hopefully you guys made it to this point in the video. They are gonna get a little bit greedy here though. If I can actually get a crit, this is actually something. They're kind of playing into this now, which I don't necessarily agree with on their end. So it'll be interesting to see here. it is interesting because of the fact that, hey, we redirect and we continuously redirect. With the sand up their lefties is kind of useless as well, so the damage we're getting right now is kind of permanent. If we can get a crit, it's actually interesting. Okay, so they just ice move now though, right? And try to kill my Amoonguss. I need it not to, basically. Rocky Helmet, not Citrus Berry. They're probably loaded dice, so I'm pretty sure I'm just dropping. And then they're gonna click Drain Punch into the T-Tar. Is there a world where I can maneuver this around and make this a little bit work out a little bit better for me? I don't think so. So I'm just gonna do this. I think this game is over. Because this will be Icicle Spear. I'll lose my Amoonguss. And I don't think I can pull this one back. There's the Icicle Spear into my Gus. Unless for whatever reason Amoonguss lives. But I can't see that being the case. I'm pretty sure I'm gone. Yeah. It would have had to low roll all 4, I think. Which at that point was just unrealistic. And this will be a Drain Punch to heal themselves back up. And this will be GG. Just really well played. Really well played. We got to see all the tools they had, you know. I messed up early with the 2 early procs into that Annihilape. But I don't think it would have mattered if they were going to self-proc their own ape with Baxcalibur. Like, that's just one of those ones you tip your cap to. You know? Like, that's just one of those ones you go like this and you say, you know what? Well played. Just well played. Nothing you can do in that scenario. I got aped. Still a really cool team. I think this team is really solid still. Like, you know what? The games didn't go our way, but like, I don't even know if, like, I would say it's inexperience with the team as well, but like, even if I had experience, I wouldn't have had experience playing against Clodsire or self Icicle Spear to proc your ape. Now, I might have had a little bit of better line into Klefki ape, right? But like, overall, I don't think there's much. So basically, my win condition is I crit the Annihilape here, but it's not going to happen. I don't even know if that kills. It might have, honestly. It might have honestly killed if we get through the light screen with that. I would doubt it, though. Icicle Spear is coming out. I probably had lost anyways, because they're going to have Ice Shard as well, so Icicle Spear, even if the Icicle Spear fails to kill, even if I would have got the crit, the Icicle Spear failed to kill me, Ice Shard would have picked me off after that. So, Breaking Swipe was really cool from Baxcalibur. It's not something you see every day, so honestly, I'm fine losing to that. You know? We didn't showcase my team, but we showcased our opponent's team, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. GG's. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate that. If you guys don't mind, please drop a like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. It really does help out the channel, and I do appreciate it. With that, though, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all in a future video.